I'm gonna do a little video review on the terrain. It seems to be kind of a thing. I get a little long-winded in my recaps, and then I don't want to keep them. I want to keep them under a half hour if I can, just because I don't want people to get bored listening to me yammering on. But I want to address the terrain because I do get questions about it sometimes, and I enjoy part of it. Part of my enjoyment is running games is the presentation. I think I'm kind of known in my local circuit with my group and the game store that I help out at. I'm kind of the terrain and miniatures guy, so I put a lot of time and effort into terrain and miniatures, and which I enjoy. I would paint miniatures and build terrain even if I didn't run games or playing games because I just enjoy doing it. So with this stuff, this is actually some older stuff that I've made, and it was inspired by, I wish I knew who did it, but I saw pictures of something similar, only theirs was, I think, mine has a better playable area, I think, but theirs was really well done too. Like it was great inspiration. So what this is, I'll see if I can do this. I am not an expert cameraman by any stretch of the imagination. Matter of fact, I'm gonna take this right off here, I think. And so I built this board first, and this is built on a piece of 2-inch, no, check that. It's built on a piece of 1-inch insulation foam. I carved all this stuff here. This is just carved in the foam, so it saved me time laying tiles and stuff. All the wall, like this stuff, all foam that just I cut out the shapes. The walls, for the most part, are from a company called Hearst Arts, which makes silicone molds that you can make different terrain with. Great stuff. I have a crap ton of those that I've used over the years, and they're really good. These outside ones are actually not these. The doors are Hearst Arts, but these ones here, and the lighting in this room really kind of sucks, and I apologize. But they have little skulls in them, and that's from a company called Forbot Industries. I think they're still in business. They had some. I bought a bunch of molds for them just because they look like tombs. They had skulls in them, and I have a bunch of them. This is the most I've used them, but I would like to build some other tomb type stuff with there because it really fit well. Like I said, everything's insulation foam. The flocking is from Woodland Scenics. So I've been painting miniatures and building terrain for a while. Not an expert, but I've done it. And one of the things I recommend to folks is if you're gonna get into it, like you really should look at like companies like Woodland Scenics or other ones that make stuff for model trains. Because if you go to the game store, they'll sell, or online, you can buy like a little tin or container of flocking, and it costs like a fair amount of money. Whereas like this stuff, I can get this through like either on Amazon or somewhere else, but the Woodland Sinks, I get 32 ounces for pretty much the same price as that little container you're gonna get online. So I don't buy too much of that stuff. I get my stuff from Woodland Scenics or other companies that I find on Amazon or wherever. Sand and stuff, unless you live in a 100% paved environment, you can go outside and get sand. I just get all my sand. I'll sift it to sort the rock sizes and stuff, which I save and use for later. But I flocked all this stuff, painted it, made them. These ones are just based on a CD. There's no playable area, but they were just built as scatter train. I got 3 of these. And this one, so I built this first, and then this is also insulation foam, just as an extra little piece I can add on. This one is actually removable. This is a piece of scatter terrain I made. It's based on MDF. I don't base stuff on cardboard. Guys do it, and they're good at it. I just don't want the hassle of having to do the extra steps to make sure it doesn't warp. So if I build stuff like that, I usually use MDF and bevel the edges down. But this one's also, I can take the top off this one. And the walls in that are, the inside walls are Hearst Arts cast and then put together. The outside walls are the Forbot Industry ones. And the floor is just a piece of foam that I carved the pattern into and painted. But nothing crazy there, pretty simple. The rocks, these rock molds were cast from molds. And they're also Woodland Scenics. Those are really nice. They're super realistic, especially if you do like a realistic paint scheme on them. And They're very inexpensive too. They're not super expensive. So if you're looking for some, we could use real rocks if you want, because they weigh just as much as a normal rock cast for the most part. Some of this older stuff, another technique I use is I use bark, tree bark, for rocks. That works really well. I have some bigger builds where I use that, which actually might be coming up in some, hopefully maybe in some future sessions. Dig out some of my older stuff and use it. But yeah, that's about it. These trees are, I don't know who made them. I think I got them off Amazon. I just put more flocking on them because they were kind of sparse and not what I wanted. So yeah, all this stuff comes off to make, so we have playable areas. You know, some are larger than others, but this, and then this, I don't know if I can get a close up of this. I kind of speed painted this, so it's not the best. And this, like I said, the lighting in this room sucks. So this is a Modifius Elder Scrolls Call to Arms miniature. It's actually a Dragon Lord, but I just speed painted that real quick to get it ready for this session. So yeah, so that's the terrain. If you have any questions or comments, or suggestions on how to do things better, I'd love to hear it. Thanks for watching.